It may place second to the biggest matchup in the English game, but for the city of Manchester, this is always the big one. Manchester's been blue in terms of the Premier League for the last few seasons, but last year, of course, Manchester became red in terms of Europe. Who will take the honours today? It's the Manchester Derby, it's from Old Trafford, and it's live. Here we go. The 6-pointer in the Premier League has come. It is time for the Manchester Derby, live from Old Trafford this afternoon. And there could be a shifting of the balance in power, because as far as honours are concerned, Manchester has been blue for the last few seasons now, as Manchester City won 2 of the last 3 in the league. But as we said, the balance in power could be shifting, being that Manchester United are the champions of Europe. And isn't that interesting? 33 goals scored for Manchester United, only 9 conceded from Manchester City. It's definitely a tale of two powerhouses today. But Manchester United have not looked at their best defensively this season, but against RB Leipzig, they were absolutely unstoppable. And Squad A is definitely out in force for United today. This is going to be very, very interesting. Do not move from your television set. This is going to be an absolute cracker. For Manchester United, for Coach Popovich, David De Gea back in goal. De Gea done it with Lindelof and Alex Telles. It's traditional. Daniel James is with Paul Pogba, Aaron Henwood, Bruno Fernandes, and Trojan Hazard. And no surprise who's up top today, in the form of Mason Greenwood. For Pep Guardiola, Ederson is in goal today. It's Gonzalo with Laporte, John Stones and Benjamin Mendy. With the defence of Bernardo Silva is with Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling are either side of Sergio Aguero. No David Silva on the team at all today, which is sort of interesting. And there goes Mason Greenwood, and here we go then. Probably the second bigger match in the English game, as City's rise to ascendancy has been documented over the last decade. But as we said, the balance of power could be shifting, because Gregg Popovich is getting better and better as the year goes on. Still undefeated for the entirety of the season. Still chasing the Premier League title that Popovich has missed on his last 3 occasions so far. And now coming into this match as the champions of Europe, where Manchester City is still chasing that. Oh, Dan James to Mason Greenwood. Great save by Ederson. And it's going to be gathered up by Ederson. Great goalkeeping there. I think they thought for a moment that Dan James there was going to shoot. And Aaron Hill pushes that pass over hit to Pogba. And it's a City throw. Oh, he's giving it away to Pogba. Pogba's going to put it into the box towards Greenwood. And Manchester City, almost the masters of their own undoing. What is Lindelof doing there? Might want to get back a bit. But anyway, Manchester United still have the ball. Trojan Hazard. And of course, it's too close to Ederson. And it is a goalkeeper's ball. And United coming out swinging really early out of the blocks here. Bernardo Silva probably hit that more of hope than expectation, but he got it to Phil Foden. There's Bernardo Silva. There's Foden. Well, Foden's got the better of Bruno Fernandes, but not the better of Alex Telles. Trojan Hazard. Costello. Laporte. Rodri. There is Aguero. Ever the nemesis in Manchester as far as the red side is concerned. Aaron Henwood the nemesis as far as the blue side is concerned. Stellar record against them. Always raises his game. And James has just got the beating of everyone. Mason Greenwood is full into Fernandes, and it's going to be saved by Ederson and out for a corner. Dan James's crossing has been sensational this year. Mason Greenwood threw it out, but Bruno Fernandes picked up the scraps and almost converted. But for the great Ederson as the goalkeeper. And now we have a Fernandes corner for United. And De Ligt battles with Ederson to get the ball. And it's going to be out for a throw. Well, there's a man who deserves a goal for his season performances. He's been managed to the gym. He was absolutely sensational against RB Leipzig. He went off early in the second half, mind you. Oh, wonderfully played by Bruno Fernandes. And Manchester United are all over City here. Mason Greenwood emphatically makes it 1-0. It was coming. And it was Mason Greenwood again. What a emphatic statement made by Mason Greenwood. 1-0 to United. Well, Bruno Fernandes just brilliantly to gain from the advantage from the tackle that hit him. And Mason Greenwood hit that with such venom that Edison had no chance. What a shot by Mason Greenwood. This boy is sensational. And, well, it was Marcus Rashford who made waves under Coach Popovich in the early days. But since Mason Greenwood's introduction a couple of seasons ago, it really does seem like this kid's on a roll. 9 goals in the Premier League. And Manchester has just had its red light lit up for the moment, because it's United in the lead by a goal to 0. No surprise about the goal scorer though. It's Mason Greenwood. Oh, United have come out of the box swinging. That's twice in 2 games now. They did the same against RB Leipzig, if you remember. Scored within the first 10 minutes of the game. Oh, what's going on there? And I think it's a City free kick. It's handball. I don't know what went on there. Let's see if Kevin De Bruyne can make something out of this. Well, City have had the beating United in honours. It's been very even against the 2 teams on the pitch though. But it's normally when Manchester City have nothing left to do but to see out the league. Forward there by Mason Greenwood. And the ball was run through to Sterling. Look at him, so he's been 1-0. Well, 1-0 rather. Raheem Sterling, I don't even know what's ever going in. David De Gea probably had the angle covered, to be fair to him. But with David De Gea, it's been difficult to tell, unfortunately. He's been rather outshone by Sergio Romero, of all people, if anybody. Aaron Henwood certainly knows how to beat Manchester City, doesn't he? And Pogba found Dan Jameson's offside, amazingly. I mean, let's have a look. Well, he does come from an offside position. He is a long way off, but it's the rules. I mean, personally, I don't think Dan James would have made much out of that. I said David James there. That was a throwback. Sensational goalkeeper, David James. I think he played for Manchester City a long time ago. Oh, well played there by Bernardo Silva. Good save by David De Gea. And Henwood had to head that under the pressure. Dalot. Pogba. Dan James. United come away again. And Dan James again. Oh, he's missed. Dan James, when he gets rolling, he takes off. The boy is so quick on his feet. And he's thrived in this Coach Popovich setup. When he was signed, no one really knew what to expect from him. But Coach Pop, very much like everyone in this Manchester United side, is bringing out the best in him right now. And with the goal kick. And brought forward by De Ligt into Aaron Henwood. And when he keeps the ball despite being crashing into someone again. Greenwood's played in Dan James. It's Dan James. It's straight to the keeper. And it's almost fell to Dan James again. But he was cleared by Mendy. Foden. Gave it away to Dan James of all people. What was he doing there? And Bruno Fernandes unfortunately doesn't get there. And it's a City throw. Laporte. Giving away to Alex Telles. Very unlike Laporte to be honest. Manchester City are really hounding this, the ball holder for Manchester United. Here's Phil Foden. Wrong foot's Lindelof, only momentarily. It's in by Bernardo Silva. Against the run of play. Oh, and again, it's just so unfortunate, but it is the power of Manchester City. They will not stay down for long, to be fair. Lindelof does great here, to be fair to him. The ball falls to Bernardo Silva, and there's nothing United can do, and David De Gea, well, he should be saving that. What is going wrong with David De Gea? That's a simple stop to make, really. Bernardo Silva does get a goal, and it does equal the score here. And, well, it is the power of City. You can't really count them out at any score, but I think Manchester United had all their own doing there. Lindelof did all the hard work, and David De Gea really just didn't get there in time. Now it's 1-1, but I wouldn't count Manchester United out of this match at all yet. We know their scoring pedigree for sure. It seems that City are just slightly better at the moment. And Stones. Well, if anyone can stop this amazing, undefeated run for Manchester United, it would be the noisy neighbours, and that would be a story, wouldn't it? And they've become much more than noisy neighbours over the last few seasons. They have sent statements of intent themselves. Here's Mendy. Up against De Ligt. This is going to be interesting. A wonderful tackle by De Ligt, now for a corner. Bernardo Silva. You don't want to be critical of David De Gea, but it's just not working for him this season. But as we've said a lot of times with David De Gea, he saves the rest. And Rodri! How open was he? I think he was surprised how open he was. Well, should have probably brought it down. Had enough time to be fair. Pep Guardiola's not happy. And it's handball against Greenwood. And Brighton will take on Manchester United next from the Annex Stadium. We do have an international break coming up. I think we all know who Manchester City are going to face next. If the league season form book is correct, it probably will be Leeds United. It's in Greenwood. And there is a foul. And is he going to book the player? Coming over the referee. I think it's going to be a warning for the moment. Greenwood doesn't even have the... Oh! In fact, I think that looked worse than first thought. I think Rodri should probably be going into the book. Very lucky. He's a lucky boy. And that'll liven the place up a bit. Saves. Fucking Hazard. Brother Eden Hazard has faced Manchester City a lot of times before. Trogan Hazard, oh, he's forced to save out Ederson. But if the ball is going to roll through to Mendy, I thought Ederson had caught that. Stones. Marcelo. Trogan Hazard becoming, would be like to be very much like become a Premier League winner, like his brother was at Chelsea. Now on current form, you have to say he's a bet for it, but Liverpool probably just being that little bit better at the moment. Diogo Dalot losing the ball. There's De Bruyne. That's wide by Manchester United. Manchester United does well. Now Mendy talking to here. The City players are getting a little bit testing the referee's patience. It's another player that will have to be careful now. Well, I don't think there's any intent there for Mendy. The intent is to get the ball. Fair decision. See the shit. Kenwood. Killer pass. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Cancel did really well there, to be fair. Fernandes did the only thing he could do and pull the trigger. Good tackle by Cancel. He seems very appreciative of that. It's a United corner. They've not fizzled out yet, Manchester United. You would expect nothing less from a team of this calibre under a Coach Popovich. Now Laporte heads away, and here's Aguero. And Hazard. Aguero. Foden. And Silva. Laporte. Cancel. Aguero. Bernardo Silva. Not too many passes from City there. And it's another tackle from Benjamin Mendy. And I think he's going to go into the book this time. He's out of warning. And if City aren't careful, they are going to have someone sent off. And, well, he had his warning, didn't he? Didn't heed the warning, and now he's gone into the book. Pep Guardiola will probably have to have his word from his team at half time because they're losing it a little bit here. I think they're rattled by the fact that Manchester United just will not go down. They go down fighting these days. A lot of the United DNA and United way has been restored under Coach Popovich, the most unlikely of people. And even they've returned to the United way in terms of winning major honours as well. Champions League last season. And it's a Pogba. Pogba gives it away to Mendy. De Bruyne. Sterling. The beating of Dealership for sure. No. Dealership is keeping with him. Wonderfully played. My message is Dealership. Sterling, you probably would have thought he had the beating of him all day long. No. And Henwood gets clattered by, I think it's Laporte, and he's going into the book now. And City are losing this match. They're going to lose a man. Well, they're not losing this match, but they're going to lose a man in a minute. John Stone's now in the book. He really just runs Henwood down, doesn't he? And Henwood wouldn't have made a middle of that. Well, the other is getting very, very agitated. United not capitalising on this at the moment, but Aaron Henwood is offside. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well played by Henwood. He just straight offside a long way. Oh, it's unlucky. Aaron Henwood yet to score this season. I think he's scored in everyone he's competed at so far. Mostly against Manchester City, usually. Pogba receives it. Aaron Henwood! Oh! Classic Aaron Henwood, right foot into the corner. Except he missed it. Oh. So unlucky. Henwood always raises his play against Manchester City. And he almost got another goal to celebrate. 6 minutes of added on time, believe it or not. I think we've had all the stoppages from Manchester City players making needless tackles. And we've got 2 players on the book. It's cleared away. And James. Drink. Stones to De Bruyne. Rodri to Sterling. Mendy. De Bruyne. Pursued by Dallo. There's De Bruyne. And here's Bernardo Silva and blocked by Lindelof. Trugging Hazard. Cut out by Calçao. He's had a great game. Calçao at the moment. Aguero. Wonderful play by Di Legit again. Morgan Hazard. Now, can he make enough time? Get one last opportunity for United. Not quite, but he does get the throw. One more minute, about 30 seconds with the added on time. Inwood has already made a peach of a cross this season, and now he's looking to do it again. And I think he lifted that too high, unfortunately. Now it's the end of the first half. Well, what a fiery contested matchup this has been, but once again Manchester United not playing well defensively. It's just a good goal by Bernardo Silva. Mason Greenwood, emphatic statement, put United ahead. But City, we know their resiliency, and in the derby, it's 1-1. Well, here we are back at Old Trafford, and it is Derby Day in Manchester. And it is currently 1-1. Mason Greenwood put his team ahead. But Bernardo Silva equalised for City, and that has our current scoreline with 1 goal apiece. The sheets have been very hard to come by for Manchester United. Manchester City, meanwhile, had only conceded 9 goals so far this season. Manchester United scored 30 plus. And James Mendy, who's on a yellow card, as is John Stones. They've got to be careful now. It's a very fiery first half with some very harsh tackles. Aguero, and why did he do that? I don't know why he didn't use his power and his pace to run ahead of his man. There's Trogan Hazard. Laporte deals with him. Aguero. Sterling. Wonderfully brought down. De Bruyne. Next for Manchester City, and you guessed it, it is Leeds United. Next for them. James. A lot of space. Greenwood is onside, and it's a good save by the keeper. And James is beating everyone on the wing. And he does it again. He finds Pogba this time. Pogba tried to drill it back in low towards James. Now he crosses. Mason Greenwood. And penalty given! What on earth? Laporte didn't even touch the ball, surely. Oh, he does push Mason Greenwood in the back. Shinchenko is coming on. Bruno Fernandes is stepping over it. But Aaron Hemwood, and he's giving the ball to Hemwood. He's giving the ball to Hemwood to take it. He doesn't feel confident. And Hemwood misses it as well. He didn't feel confident, and Hemwood didn't score it either. What is going on? Penalties are just not happening. Ugh. It is so bizarre. So bizarre. It's getting a little ridiculous, to be honest. How are Manchester United not able to score all these penalties? They were the kings of it last season. Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes. Pogba! Oh. Why did Fernandes not take it on? Well, Hemwood and Fernandes were having a real... They were having a real talk about it. And he was like, take it yourself, because I can't score and nobody else really can either. Marcus Rashford is the only man to score a penalty kick for United this season. And, Sterling has gone down injured. And Dalot puts it out. Well, Phil Foden will make way for Raheem Mahrez. So Manchester United have two distinct issues. Spot kicks and conceding goals. Hazard. Mason Greenwood. I'll tell you one thing they don't have a problem in, and that's scoring goals. Mason Greenwood took a bit too long there. United have really got another goal in them yet, I feel. De Bruyne. Lindelof. They have played well defensively today, Manchester United. There's no debating that. Greenwood is gone. He's going to pick out Greenwood. And in comes Bruno Fernandes. 2-1. Well, they might not score from the penalty spot, but Bruno Fernandes is scoring for open play instead. He had a bit of criticism saying he was a penalty spot kick master. But most of the goals, if not all of them he's scored this year, have been open play. Well, I guess Fernandes doesn't want to be a penalty master. He wants to score from open play instead. And it puts Manchester United back in the lead. I don't know what Liverpool will do. And, well, for those who say Bruno Fernandes can only score penalties, don't forget, folks, he's not scored one this season. We've got 4 in the league. I think he had 2 in the Super Cup. And he's brought Manchester United back ahead in the derby. And we did say there was another goal in them. And they have found it. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. De Bruyne has gone down and is very upset about the challenge that was put on him by Mason Greenwood. Now City come away with Bernardo Silva. Now Mahrez. Mahrez has got past Tellez and Legit, but Aaron Hemwood puts it out. Wonderfully read there by Hemwood. Still wearing the 91 shirt in Michael Schumacher's honour. And what must he be feeling right now? Seeing Michael's son Mick leading in Formula 2, on the verge of taking the title if people to be believed. No doubt he's proud. He's been a Schumacher fan his whole time since watching Formula 1 back in '97 is the story. And Legit heads it away. I was so engrossed in that story that I didn't really know who would come on in Manchester City, but we'll get there in a moment. The lab has come on. Lindelof picking out Dan James. Manchester United away again. Dan James beating everyone for pace. He puts it in low, and Edison and Stones calmly dealing with it. Sal to Bernardo Silva. John Stones with a great pass to the lab. And Legit almost with another one. He's really coming to his own now. As he's Legit. And up to Greenwood, and Greenwood has gone down. There's going to be no foul, give it. Anderson got the ball. Marcelo. Rodri. De Bruyne. Played there by Dallo. And now Manchester United come away again. United really have got back into this game now. They've sucked up the pressure. Greenwood and Aaron Hemwood started running. Oh, and Greenwood has gone down. Play goes on with Sterling, who has got all the pitch to run at. Wonderfully dealt with by Dallo. And Mason Greenwood is in trouble. And that's not good. This could be a worse time for it. Double substitution for Coach Popovich. Greenwood gets pushed. He does land awkwardly on his leg. And he's gone off to be replaced by, I think it was Marcus Rashford. And Scott McTominay has come on for Paul Pogba. Well, it's probably a substitution that Gregg Popovich really wishes he didn't have to make. Mason Greenwood has been on the form of his life. And all of a sudden, it could all start to go horribly wrong. Now, Here's Mahrez. The City. And he's been cut down, but he's kept the ball. And De Ligt has put it out again. Well, De Ligt, he did wonderfully. Probably questions of a foul against Mahrez or against Lindelof. Oh dear. Well, we really hope it's not as serious as it looked for Mason Greenwood. Because the boy has been on a run. He's looked unstoppable at times. And Manchester City are going to get pulled back for offside. Again, wonderfully defended here by Dalot. It rolled to De Bruyne when he was off in offside position. He received the ball next, so that is why that's given. Well, I think if it is a serious injury for Mason Greenwood, we're now going to really know what Manchester United are really made of mentally. Sterling has been brought out by Dalot. And it's going to be a free kick. Anything else? Well, most of the time when Manchester United have needed players to score, Mason Greenwood has been the man to save them. And Popovich will be hoping that he's not out for long. Two players standing over the ball. De Bruyne. Good save by De Gea. Good save. He might not keep many clean sheets anymore, but David De Gea always saves the important ones. And that's why he's always in Coach Popovich's team, no matter what happens. Here's the lad. The City. De Bruyne. If Manchester United can win this match, it will be the first signs of maybe the Mason Greenwood injury won't worry them, but now we're really going to know what Manchester United are about. Mason Greenwood, and we hope he isn't seriously injured, Mason Greenwood, but if he is, Manchester United will have to cope with it. And James into Marcus Rashford. Oh, it's a great save by Edison, and Marcus Rashford scrambles it in. 3-1, it's game over. And is that a message? Is that a message to say, David, if Greenwood is out, will still score? Marcus Rashford with a spectacular save from Edison for the first attempt. Hugely unlucky. It was a fantastic save, but Marcus Rashford has put it in. It's because we've been so used to Greenwood scoring. But there is Marcus Rashford on your team, and there is Edison Cavani as well. So I don't think scoring will be that much of an issue, but it's certainly going to hurt. But today, Manchester United go on. Their unbeaten record goes on. 8 minutes left to play, and Manchester United have come out on top. Around the middle of the second half, I sensed that there was another goal in it for United, and they've gone and scored 2. Manchester United 3, Manchester City 1. Rory Delap. Not Rory Delap, my apologies for that. James. Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Even without Greenwood, they still come forward. Maybe it won't be such a bad thing after all. If Rashford and Cavani, and maybe even Diallo as well, if those three can carry the load, then United will get through this with very minimal fuss. Of course, it could be just maybe a slight injury for Mason Greenwood. We hope it's not too serious, of course. And Edison gets ahead of De Ligt. Scramble in the box. Here's Aaron Hill with the tee up a rocket. And it's been deflected away into Laporte, who's what was that about? Audrey, Mahrez, a bit 6s and 7s at the moment, but Lindelof has put it out. Oh, wonderfully taken there by Lindelof. City look nowhere at the moment, to be fair. Since that goal went in, they look pretty much nowhere. It's almost like the injury to Mason Greenwood has really spurred United on. They show courage, determination, and they never give up for the whole 90 minutes. And they've been duly rewarded today because they've had another great game. The conceding of goal by De Gea really is a non-issue in this team. I think that's why Popovich doesn't really think about it. And, you know, David De Gea, he saves the important ones, as we said. Marcus Rashford again. Oh, and Ederson keeps him out as well. McTominay was ready to tee up another rocket, wasn't he? He scored a few against City in his time here. 6 minutes, right on time in this Manchester derby. That has not been for the faint of heart. It has been a classic match, but once again, it is the red side of Manchester that will continue the unbeaten start to the season. Bernardo Silva, everyone is scrambling for offside, and David De Gea makes a splendid save from Kevin De Bruyne. And that's not De Bruyne, that's Delap, my apologies. But it's a splendid save nonetheless. He has been Gregg Popovich's captain for the longest, David De Gea. Some people may be wondering that his conceded goals number may have been through that. I don't think so. But again, he just makes the important ones, De Gea. John Stones putting that a long way over the bar, to be fair. Well, Manchester United once again putting on a clinic and continuing their unbeaten run. It goes on and on and on. And no matter how many United let in, they score more. But now they may have to put up with Mason Greenwood. They may have to settle without Mason Greenwood for a while. It depends. And James beating everyone for pace. Rashford, and Ederson is stopping Rashford now. And we have to cope with Mason Greenwood for a while. I knew I'd find the right word at some point. The lab. This poor ball. United have controlled it in the second half. They've been the better team in the second half. Tellez, knocked on by Mahrez. And Tellez makes the tackle instead. Manchester United extend the run past the noisy neighbours now. You have to think they may be odds on for this title. They have not lost a game. But how long will they have lost Mason Greenwood? We'll have to wait and see. But today, Manchester is red and continues to be so, even with a missed penalty from Aaron Hempwood once again. But United went and scored all the goals in open play anyway. Manchester United 3, Manchester City 1. But at what cost for Manchester United? So let's look at all the scores from the weekend and what that means for the Premier League table. Liverpool still top, but let's go with the scores first. Actually, we can start with that because Liverpool did beat 2-0 Burnley 2-0, and with Manchester United's win against City, it means the top is relatively unchanged. Leeds United finally getting a win on the board after 12 with a 3-1 win against Sheffield United. West Ham United losing 1-0 to Fulham. Wolves beating Southampton by 2-1. West Brom losing to Palace by 1-0. Newcastle beating Everton by 3-2. Chelsea beating Leicester by 2-1 in a bit of a surprise result of the day. Spurs just keeping relentless pressure on the top. 2-0 win against Aston Villa. And Arsenal finally getting another win on the board as momentum is starting to shift at the Emirates with a 2-1 win over Brighton. And that was the final score. So, Liverpool, Manchester United, Spurs, all unchanged, as is Wolves in 4th place. The top 4 remains unchanged in its entirety. Manchester United have caught up goal difference wise. They actually lost a goal, I think, to Liverpool. Now they've scored 19 as opposed to United's 18. But they are still 3 points clear of United and Spurs at the top. with Wolves a further 3 points back, and then City a further 2 points back. So despite their loss, they've not lost too much ground. Leicester City's loss to Chelsea has stalled them a bit, as they stay 6th, followed by Newcastle United. Chelsea climb up to 8th, with West Ham in 9th, and Arsenal starting to climb up the table now, moving into 10th place. As we said, momentum is starting to shift for Mikel Arteta and his Arsenal side. Burnley dropped to 11th, with Fulham 12th, Villa 13th, Palace 14th, Everton down to 15th now. Considering Carlo Ancelotti and the signings he's made, that's really a surprise. Brighton 16th, followed by Southampton in the safe zone. In the relegation zone, it's still West Brom, Leeds and Sheffield United, but Leeds now climb off the foot of the table for the first time this season. But for them and for Sheffield United, safety is still a ways off at the moment. West Brom look likely to maybe put up a fight to survive the drop. Well, we shouldn't be talking about the drop yet. We've only played 2 old games, of course.